Why can't women just be as big a red ass and big a competitive trash-talking group as the men? He absolutely nailed it correctly. And I would know about the competitive spirit from the women's side of things.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. And I am talking about my lovely spouse and better half, Suzy Shuster,
who is
she's right there, and I'm not looking at her right now.
But
for
like
the
her
radio
title
audience.
Is that because I trash talk in our house
Nope.
and I'm by far the more aggressive?
No. TJ Jefferson loves when we do the show together for many reasons, and I appreciate that, TJ.
Yep.
You love the fact that we do wind up commuting to work together.
It's amazing.
And the story that we told about Suzy's aggressive driving and how she thinks that I'm too sensitive about the subject matter and so on and so forth.
She's in a safe car, Rich.
So weird aggressive comes up a lot.
So
really,
unfortunately for you, TJ, we did not commute.
Yeah. When I pulled into the parking structure, I saw her. I was like, oh.
However, it does not mean that I am bereft of a story to tell from the morning commute. And I'm about to tie all of these subjects together.
Let me get my tea ready. Hold on.
Because nobody wants to be in front of you driving to the same destination as you, quite like Suzy Shuster. She just cannot be in the car behind you.
Okay.
Rich, everything is a competition.
And she can't just be to the car beside you. She will use various lanes to pass by you.
He drives
the
in the
time.
right lane almost the whole way all the time. It makes me insane.
No.
The right lane is for getting off the freeway. Rich is historically driven in the right lane.
False.
Who does that?
These are false stories.
Who does that?
Let me just tell a
Who
great...
does that? A barbarian
Hold
drives
on a minute.
the far right
Hold on a
lane.
minute.
Wait a
Hold on
second.
a
Let me
minute.
take a sip real quick.
As you know, Suzy loves dogs more than humans.
I picked up on that.
We are in our 13th month of living in temporary digs as we are redoing our home. And there is on our street one of our favorite dogs on planet Earth, a big, huge, white Great Pyrenees named Brady after Tom.
Well, his mom, Stephanie, went to Michigan.
Correct.
So there you go.
Every day that I go to work and I see Brady, I will stop and say hello to the dog because the dog knows me and knows the car and knows everything. And I thought, as Suzy was right behind me leaving, she would want to say hello to Brady as well. And I'm in the middle of this residential street.
In the middle of the street.
Saying hello to the dog.
So is Brady walking or is he in the yard?
He walks every morning.
He walks every morning.
Okay, so
he's
Brady's
on the
walking
street.
and you pull up.
Right.
Okay.
Properly leashed.
Yeah.
And Suzy, as I'm saying hello to the dog, passes to my right. To get around.
Well,
fully knowing what I was doing and actually foregoing saying, like for a split second, saying hello to one of her favorite dogs on the planet.
To get in front of
Just to get in front of me within feet of leaving the driveway.
I have work ethic, and I didn't want to be late. So I wanted to get down here to provide for this crew, this staff, in a way that they're used to when I come here.
Understood.
Can I pet that dog?
And I appreciate your level of professionalism, but let's not overlook what was occurring.
It's like when a car comes.
Like you
passed up Brady, Suzy?
No.
I stopped. I said hi to Brady, and then I continued.
But for a split second.
Looking for a picture from this morning.
But for a split second, you were trying to pass by me on a residential street within 50 feet of leaving the driveway.
Honey, you are a take your time kind of guy.
Untrue.
Okay. TJ, you should come for a hike with us.
Oh,
That's
God.
fun.
Oh, yeah. She's sprinting up hills.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So annoying. We're there to get exercise. We're just like, you don't make this fun, you know.
No, I don't.
View.
Stop saying
I'm with
that.
Rich here. It's for the view. You want
I will say, I'm like, yeah, I'll go on a walk. I'll go on a hike, but just not when you're sprinting.
What's the difference between
it's not
a
a
walk
sprint,
and a hike?
it's a hike.
What's the difference between a walk and a hike,
Hike, you
TJ?
enjoy
Well, walk
it.
is leisurely.
That's right. What about a hike? What does that say?
Well, I don't know, because once I moved to L.A., the thought of a hike has become different. Like, I always thought a hike was like the Price is Right guy that yodeled with a pickaxe and boots. And then I got here, people are like, we're going hiking. I'm like, where's the mountain? They're like, no, we're just going to walk running.
So now
I don't know what hiking is.
Exactly. And so now you understand when I came in here the day after the national championship game, and I'm like,
your back was hurt?
No. Well, that. But I'm not batting an eye at women trash talking, pointing to their ring finger, saying now you can't see me, John Cena stuff.
Shout out Tony Yayo for that.
And people are like, women, wow, that's not that's not
becoming.
Becoming. So you are as competitive as any other human being I know.
Yes.
And I am on the business end of it, driving to work with you.
Well, I saw what you tried to do.
What did I try to do?
So right around La Tijera, you went Diamond Lane.
Well, I have an electric car.
Yeah.
And well, I didn't see
you.
By the way, I didn't see you.
I saw
You were long gone. You were long gone.
You tried to Diamond Lane me to get here first.
I mean, you got
But I
to
want to tell you what
people.
happened. I said, screw that. So I went third lane.
Okay.
Faster.
You're on the
He
405
was
at this
two
point?
cars ahead of me going on the 105. This is very
105.
California.
And by the way, I didn't know this.
Wait a minute.
I didn't see. If you had to put a percentage on, the length of our commute, and it's sort of like when you're uploading a document, you see it 25%, 30%, and it goes and finally it completes to 100. I lost her. She lost me. Around 12% into our commute.
So you didn't even start the
Right
commute.
around Sunset in the 405.
Gone. I had no idea where she was. So she's like, oh, he's passing me in the Diamond Lane. I'll show him. I was completely oblivious to this whole scenario.
You
It
know
was
where
so
she was
irritating. I was so pissed.
So there you
Because
have
I was
it.
going like 65.
There you go.
Coffee.
Susie, only 65?
Only 65 because there was
That's
a
slow
white
for you.
van ahead of me and I was pissed.
Please.
I couldn't go.
She was weaving,
So what
I'm
I did
sure.
was, so what I did was, when he got off here
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
and he was a car ahead of me,
I didn't even see her.
he made the turn into the garage.
Uh-huh.
I went around.
You came in the back.
That's when I saw you, and
I
I literally
parked
thought to
first.
myself,
Yeah, I
wow, I
did.
beat her here. How did that happen?
I parked first.
See what I'm saying? Do you see what I am
first.
saying?
Yep.
Do you understand
I get
why
it.
I'm not batting an eye as to what happened in the women's national championship?
That's your life.
At all.
That's your life.
At all. Women being competitive, really?
the way, it's
How dare they be competitive?
I liked what
every day.
Jay had to say though. Like it's not the 1930s.
And our daughter.
Play
I mean,
hard.
I'm on the business end of that, too.
That's
I
right.
bet.
That's
I
my
bet.
girl.
And when she's giving me this look at the other day, like she got really upset.
Susie did?
With our
Taylor
daughter,
did.
with her older Cooper, youngest older brother, in a wiffle ball game. She got really pissed.
About what?
That he was calling his own balls and strikes, and she thought that I struck him out on her behalf, and he called it a ball. And she got really pissed, and I took a shot at her because it's the same exact face as Suzy Shuster. And I texted you, and I just wrote one word, you.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. I mean, Susie
Poor
grew her
thing.
with her body, so yeah.
Poor
Yes.
thing.
So there you go. My
Can we
2
please
days after take on the women's national
The
championship.
next time this happens, you two must drive to work together, and then we must install a camera inside the
Go.
car.
But I have to drive.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
that goes without saying.
I would call it a GoPro. She would call it a get out of here pro. See ya. Out.
See ya.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.